So today, we are diving deep into the mind of the man behind it all.
Yeah.
Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack his recent interview on Colin Samir's YouTube channel because you guys want to know what really makes Instagram tick in 2024 and beyond, right?
Yeah, this is going to be good. He was surprisingly candid, I thought, in this interview, like really opened up about the challenges a platform as massive as Instagram faces.
Oh, for sure.
Keeping up with, TikTok exploded.
Well, yeah.
And how people are using social media, it's changing constantly.
Constantly, yeah.
So, he knows they can't rest on their laurels. He literally said that.
Yeah, he said becoming irrelevant, that is the biggest risk.
The biggest
for a platform.
Daily.
So how are they battling that? Well, video is a huge part of it. Huge.
Yeah.
More than half the time people are spending on Instagram now is video.
It's true. It's a totally different beast, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Than YouTube or TikTok.
Totally.
And that's something he really gets into in this interview.
This is what I think is so interesting, right? Like, he's not just saying, okay, video's big, let's slap a video player on Instagram and call it a day. Like, he understands that Instagram video, it's a different thing. It's about participation, conversation.
It's social.
It's about seeing something, being like, oh my God, I have to share this. I have to send this to someone.
And that leads us to what Mosseri calls their North Star metric.
I love that he called it that.
I know.
A North Star metric.
And sends.
How many times are people sharing your content with a friend?
And he even says he thinks it's even more important.
More important.
The likes.
The likes.
Which, for some people, that's mind-blowing.
I think for a lot of people, that is a surprise.
Yeah.
Because we've been, conditioned to think about the likes.
Likes, yeah.
But he's saying, no. It's not about this fleeting thumbs up.
Right.
It's about, did this spark a conversation? Did you turn to the person next to you on the couch and say, did you see this?
Yes. You have to see this.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's powerful.
Because a send is it's a much stronger indicator.
Way stronger of actual engagement.
Way more than just a quick,
Because you're putting it in front of, you're basically saying to someone, I saw this. You need to see this.
Yeah, this is for you.
Yeah.
I thought of you. Here you go.
Yes. It means the content resonated with you on a level where you're like, I need someone else to share in this experience.
Exactly.
It's a more deliberate action, right? You're choosing who you're sending it to. You're writing a little message often.
Yeah.
So it's not just,
It's thoughtful. It is. It's thoughtful.
Yeah.
And it just, for me anyway, it speaks volumes about what Instagram values as a platform.
Yes.
They're not just trying to be,
it's
connection.
Yeah.
They want people talking to each other, sharing things with each other.
Exactly.
Which I think is kind of refreshing, in this world of just mindless scrolling sometimes.
Totally.
They're trying to do something a little different.
Yeah. Okay, so we're seeing how important sends are.
Right.
But how does this play into the bigger picture of reach on Instagram? What else do creators need to know about how this algorithm works?
Well, actually, Mosseri breaks it down into two basic categories. Connected reach.
Okay.
Which is essentially your existing followers. People who already, follow you and see your stuff.
Right.
And then there's unconnected reach.
Okay.
Which is,
casting a wider net.
Exactly. Hoping to bring in a new audience. And it makes sense. He says it's always going to be more likely that you're going to reach your existing followers.
Right, for sure.
But the potential for growth is reaching those people who don't follow you yet.
Exactly.
So how do you do that? You got to crack the algorithm.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Because he actually does a deep dive. He looks at reels.
Yeah.
From Colin and Samir.
Love it.
And breaks down why certain ones went viral.
Yeah, this was fascinating.
And others didn't. And it's like, talk about actionable advice here.
I know. Because it's not like he's saying, oh, well, you need to use this software or do this crazy hack.
Right, exactly.
He's talking about the emotional response.
Yeah.
Those reels evoked.
Okay.
It was like the ones that really took off.
Yeah.
The ones that made people feel something.
Yeah.
Whether it was laughter, excitement.
That feeling of, oh my God, I have to share this.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like when you see something, you're like, did you see that?
Yeah. You won't believe this.
Exactly.
Right.
And it goes back to that, like, inherent shareability
Yes.
that the algorithm seems to be prioritizing.
It's not about how many people see it.
Right.
It's about how many people then, like you said, feel compelled
Yes, it's like that next
to
step.
share it with their friends.
Exactly, exactly.
And that brings us to, I thought this was really interesting,
Yeah.
his advice to focus on sends per reach
Yes.
as a metric.
This is gold.
Right.
Like, write that down, folks.
Sends per reach, sends per reach, sends per reach.
I mean, it really gets to the heart
yes,
of what matters
of how the platform works.
on Instagram.
It really is. It's like
It's a mindset shift,
it's a mindset shift.
you know? We're so used to thinking about
Followers
and likes and all that.
vanity metrics.
But he's saying, no, focus on the sends per reach.
yeah, are people actually like having a visceral reaction to this?
Exactly.
That they need to share it?
Yeah. Does it spark conversation?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Love that.
It's about connection,
Yeah.
engagement on a deeper level
So much deeper
than just a double tap.
than yeah.
Exactly.
So we're getting really strategic here.
Right.
Figuring out how to actually
Yeah.
make content people want to share.
Like the game.
But let's zoom out for a sec.
Okay.
Because even if you've cracked the algorithm,
Mm-hmm.
you're a master of sends per reach, how do you actually build a lasting career
Right.
as a creator?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. And
And I think Mosseri actually had a really interesting answer to that.
okay.
He said it goes beyond,
Yeah.
racking up the views, getting the sends.
Yeah.
It's about achieving a level of cultural relevance.
So it's not enough to just go viral.
It's not enough to just go viral. You got to tap into something bigger,
Oh, interesting.
something that resonates with,
Yeah.
the conversations that are happening,
In the real world.
in the real world. Exactly.
So interesting.
And, he even hinted at how this kind of ties into Instagram's larger strategy.
okay.
He pointed out that, they're prioritizing creators over publishers,
Oh, interesting.
which is an interesting distinction, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it used to be all about,
Big media.
big media. Exactly.
Yeah.
But now he's like, no, we're betting on, individual voices,
Authenticity.
fresh perspectives,
Yeah.
authenticity,
Yeah.
the things that actually make this community feel,
Alive.
alive. Exactly. And that's where creators come in.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
But he said something else that I thought was really interesting that kind of goes against what a lot of creators are told.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
He said that the majority of creators
Yeah.
are too small to even be worrying about monetization yet,
Oh, wow.
which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Because so many people are like, how do I make money? How do I make money? He's like, no. Focus on
Build your audience first.
building your thing.
Hone your craft.
Yes.
Find your voice.
Yes. Before you even think about monetizing.
Build a community.
Yes. It's like build the foundation before you start building the
Before you build this skyscraper.
Skyscraper, exactly.
Get the foundation right.
Yeah.
And I think that's such an important reminder, I think, for creators.
Totally.
Because it's so easy to get caught up.
The comparison game.
The comparison game.
Yeah.
You see someone, who's, got 1 million followers and they're making all this money and you're like, well, why am I not there yet? He's saying be patient.
Play the long game.
Play the long game, exactly.
Okay, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
one more thing from this interview that really stuck with me.
Okay.
He talked about how concerned he is
Okay.
about the internet becoming more fragmented,
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
which I thought was interesting.
With all the different,
Even just TikTok bans, right?
yeah, and regulation.
Different countries, different regulations.
Yeah, it's like these walled gardens popping up.
Exactly. And what does that mean for creators,
Right.
who are trying to build something that's going to last?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, it makes it harder to reach a global audience
Right.
if everyone's kind of siloed off in their own little corner of the internet.
Right.
But I also think it creates an opportunity for creators to, really focus on building those
Yeah.
strong communities within those niches.
Take that hyper-local.
Hyper-local, exactly.
Kind of.
So it's like you might not be able to reach 1 billion people,
Yeah.
but the people that you do reach, are really invested.
Yes. They're your people.
We are your people, and they're going to be, your biggest fans and supporters.
So,
So, I think Mosseri's right to be concerned.
yeah.
But I also think it's not all doom and gloom.
Not the end of the world.
No, it's just a new challenge that creators are going to have to adapt to.
It always is, isn't it?
It always is. That's the nature of the beast.
Right. So I guess the takeaway is, yes, understand the algorithm.
Yeah.
But it's bigger than that.
It's so much bigger than that.
It's about, creating that connection, that
Yes.
resonance.
Authenticity, connection, building community.
And building something real.
Exactly.
That you want to share and that people want to share.
That they want to be a part of.
Yes. And on that note,
Yes.
we'll leave you to ponder
Ponder away.
all of these big ideas.
Yes.
Thank you, as always, for joining us
So fun.
on this deep dive into the mind of Adam Mosseri.
Love it.
Until next time, keep creating, keep connecting,
Keep sending.
keep those sends coming.
Yes.
See ya.